Well, good day, everyone, and welcome to Extra Point. And today on Extra Point, Bulldog Club is our subject matter. In the studio, Dr. Glenn Johnson. Glenn, president of the Booster. Well, I want to say Booster Club, but that's the definition. But the exact title is the Bulldog Club.
That's right.
So, Bulldog Club, fundraising, helping Montana Western athletics. Like me. You are a Montana Western graduate. You played football here. You have close ties to Montana Western. You were superintendent, was it the elementary?
Elementary school district for 10 years, yeah.
And then you decided that this was the place you were going to call home.
Right. Always kind of had in the back of my head that if I ever had a chance, I'd come back to Dillon. And after 30 years in education, the opportunity came about, and took the job at the elementary district, and after a couple of years built a house, and my wife retired as a teacher in Butte, and we settled in Dillon.
Well, and you wave at us occasionally as we walk down that sixth fairway.
There you go.
Isn't your house right to the left of that?
Right to the left of the tee box in the sixth fairway.
Yeah. I wish it would help improve my tee box skills, but
it hasn't. You'd be surprised though. Every year I find 3 or 4 balls in my yard, so we know some people have a nasty duck hook off that tee once in a while.
Are they close to breaking a window?
No, okay. Not yet.
Just in the yard?
Just in the yard.
Just in the yard, okay. Well, let's talk Bulldog Club. 4 years in existence, you said?
Approximately 4 years, yeah.
And the function is to help Bulldog athletics.
We try to provide scholarships for our athletes as it's changed since I went to school there, where it's no longer a lot of work study jobs and room and board jobs and stuff, and so we have to raise money for those kids for their room and board and their books and their tuition, and a lot more expensive now. So the Bulldog Club works in conjunction, and we have kind of dovetailed a little bit of our work with Engine 18 too, trying to make sure that we're getting as much money as we can to our kids so that they don't have to have extra jobs and they can spend time getting ready for field and court.
And studying and whatnot. Yeah. So now the Beaver Club, a lot of their funds, will help out with equipment and stuff like that. Is yours mainly a scholarship, or do you do stuff like maybe adding a few dollars to the remodeling of the volleyball locker room or something like that?
Well, what with the Bulldog Club, you can kind of designate what you want to do with your money. Most of it goes to scholarships, but you can designate what sport that is, or you can just put general. And then we do have some people that specify that. Say they give a one-time gift that they might want it for the volleyball locker room or rodeo travel or whatever. As we do, we help support all the activities, including cheerleading and volleyball and rodeo and everything. So it's kind of a neat way to give because you can get credit for it. You can get the little bit of a few perks that we have, but you can also designate where that money goes.
How many scholarships do you give? Is it a different number every year?
Depends on the giving, yeah, and how much and the needs of our coaches and those kind of things. I don't have an exact dollar amount that we gave last year, but it was a significant amount.
Now, do you designate X amount of scholarships to each sport, or is it, once again, as it goes back to the need?
It goes back to need, but also it kind of depends on where the giving comes into. If 20 people designate football with their money coming in and 10 people designate general, then we'll probably use that general money for the other sports rather than football. But we do know with football you've got 100 kids out there where volleyball is at 20, so you've got to kind of balance that out. But I guess I kind of leave that up to the foundation to decide and the coaches, and my job is just to represent the club and try to get more people to join.
Well, college is so expensive nowadays, so when you help a student athlete write a check for tuition, it's huge.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's scary, the amount. I mean, I didn't realize until I kind of got into this, that how the difference there is in cost of college, even from the early 2000s when my kids were in college.
How many levels of giving can they give?
I believe we have 7 levels, anywhere from $100 a year up to $2,000 and beyond. We have our highest level of anybody that gives over $2,000. I believe it's called the Champions level. I'm not sure. I don't have that brochure in front of me, but with that, you get some perks like sideline passes at football games and all season passes, and it kind of depending on the amount you give, the perks generally get change a little bit. But we do make sure that everybody that gives is on our website, that everybody that gives is on our email list, and we're trying to keep everybody informed. We have we're going to try to have a local Bulldog Club meeting every 2 months. We had one at the end of August to meet the coaches for the fall coaches, and we'll have another one coming up probably shortly after the bash in mid-October that we're going to do, and we're going to try to put those, stream them on Facebook a little bit. With our next one, we're going to give that a try so that people that aren't able to come to Dillon to be at our meeting can still participate.
Well, and it's homecoming weekend. It's homecoming weekend. The Dogs in town again after a great road win. They come home to entertain us again. The tailgate section of just off of Vigilante Field has really grown leaps and bounds in the last 6 or 7 years. And I know you and some of your former teammates have a little corner, and the Bulldog Club, and I don't know if it's officially called the Bulldog Club Corner or if it's the Mark Bissell, Glenn Johnson corner. It's a corner, and I understand you have a Southern flair on this weekend's menu item.
Well, we're kind of working in conjunction with the Alumni Association and the Foundation and the Bulldog Club, and so yeah, we have a little corner there. It all kind of started out, we called it the Old Dogs. My teammates and I had a reunion a few years back, and we've been doing some functions together. And they have this weekend coming up, and we're getting a little help from other members of the community, but decided it might be a good time to break out the jambalaya recipe. And so we're going to have a big pot of jambalaya, and Bulldog Club member Judy Searing is going to make homemade cornbread. So we're hoping people will stop by and have a bowl of Southern jambalaya made by a Norwegian, if you can believe that. But
well, you're going to have to get a speaker and have Hank Williams singing jambalaya.
I guess something like that.
Or the Dirt Band. The Dirt Band has
the
a good
Dirt Band did a pretty
it.
good job of it too.
Yeah. Okay, so in the Booster Bash, that's another huge event for Bulldog sponsors. We're a ways away from it, a month away roughly. Just a little bit on that.
Well, the Bulldog Bash is probably the biggest fundraiser that Western does for athletics, and it's evening where we all come together, have a good dinner, and we have silent auction items and larger live auction items that, like I said, benefit all sports. It's a great chance to meet the athletes because they help serve, and there's various little table games and stuff going on. It's a really fun time, and it's really helped athletics over the years, and we're hoping that this year, because we didn't get to have it last year with COVID, that this year people come out and really support that.
And I'll tell you what, contact information for the Bulldog Club, does that run through the foundation office? Because we can put a phone number on the bottom. On the bottom of this for people who might be interested in joining.
Yeah, Roxanne England at the foundation. If you call her office, she's got all the information. You can also go online on the UMW website, click athletics, and go down, and there's a link on there that has the Bulldog Club, and you can actually sign up and give online.
Well, you have all the bases covered.
We try to, yes.
What time are you going to be serving jambalaya?
Well, we have the Hall of Fame brunch is at 9 o'clock, and we'll be attending that and taking part in that. And so I'm figuring that's going to be done about 10:30. I believe the game starts at 2. It's an hour later this week because of the Hall of Fame. And so we're going to probably be setting up around 11 and as soon as we get things fired up. So by noon, we should have the pot cooking and things ready to go. And we, invite you again to stop by and have a bowl. And if you feel like donating a little money to the Alumni Association or the Bulldog Club, there'll be a little bucket there that you can throw a nickel in, and we'd be happy to visit with you.
Okay. Well, Glenn, thank you very much for taking time out of your day and coming down and visiting with us on Extra Point, talking about the Bulldog Club. And we'll be talking to Coach Norse later on in the week about the scouting report of Saturday's game. But we're going for a Bulldog victory to make that Hall of Fame weekend complete.
We should be. Go Dogs.
And we'll take it back to you, Jeremy.